We now focus our attention back onto boxing. The upcoming fight, Vasyl Lomachenko versus Jason Sosa. The bookies have it 1 to 25, Vasyl Lomachenko. The draw 33 to 1. Jason Sosa available at 10 to 1. Lomachenko, fantastic career so far. Has got that one loss to Orlando Salido. Tremendous amateur career. We've all heard the stories. We've all seen how good he is. We all saw the victory against Walters, where Walters actually quit. Bit of an embarrassing end to the fight for Walters, but it's easy for me to say that. I wasn't in the ring taking shots from an in-ring technician from Lomachenko, but still, the way Walters appeared to give up in that fight was a bit embarrassing, but it showed how skilled Lomachenko is and how he builds pressure and how he can put on clinics, boxing clinics in the ring. And a great fighter like Walters, with a tremendous record, was made to look very average by Lomachenko. He had nothing for him. Jason Sosa coming off that decision against Stephen Smith. He looked really good in that fight, got through it relatively comfortably. I think the odds were somewhere around 1.7 for Sosa in that fight. I did back him in that one and he came through. Smith, who was very game but just didn't have the skills to compete at the top level. So Sosa got past him. The thing about Sosa, he's got lots of lateral shots. He's very busy, lots of horizontal shots. Not much work behind the jab, and that's something he'll have to look at. If he's going to give Vasyl Lomachenko a fight, he's going to have to find the jab. It's no good just standing in front of Lomachenko and looking to get on the inside, because he'll just work around you, hit you from angles, use his footwork to blindside you, and you know you're going to lose. So I hope Sosa's worked on his jab. I hope he's going to at least attempt some element of an outside game. If he's going to do his usual flurries on the inside, he's going to have problems with Lomachenko. He's not a standard fighter, Lomachenko. Tremendous amateur record. Had a title shot very quickly after turning professional because of that record. From what I've said so far, you'll probably just think I'm going to just endorse a 1 to 25 bet on Vasyl Lomachenko. I don't like doing that. 1 to 25, there's no point betting. It's a waste of time. I wouldn't even say put in an accumulator. If there's a surprise or a shock, something goes wrong, your accumulator's busted and the upside is 1 to 25. There's no upside, so I wouldn't bother betting. I'm going to say something interesting here actually. I'm going to say in the Walters versus Lomachenko fight, I actually back Walters. And the reason why, the bookies are very short on Lomachenko. This is the sort of fights where there's 1 to 25. If you think there's even a small chance that the underdog may win, it's worth throwing half a unit on it. If you lose half a unit, it doesn't matter. It added a bit of spice to the fight. You know, you had someone to support. If it wins, then result. I do think there's a very small chance of Sosa beating Lomachenko, but I do want to make it clear that Sosa is far, far, far from a mug. He's a very high-level operator, and he deserves to have this shot against Lomachenko. He's definitely in the elite level of this division, and he has a shot. It depends how he approaches it. It depends if he brings any element of outside game to the fight, and it depends on what he's learnt from the Salido fight. Orlando Salido, who has that famous victory over Lomachenko, he won it by roughing up Lomachenko. He was dirty. No one's going to say that it was a technical masterclass from Salido. He was just rough. He was durable. He was aggressive. He didn't react badly to any of the shots that Lomachenko was raining down on him. And Lomachenko does rain down a hell of a lot of shots with that hand speed. He's got an amazing technique. But that's what Sosa needs to, take lessons from. He's got to make it rough. He's got to make it ugly. He's got to make it uncomfortable. If he tries to, you can't outbox Lomachenko. He's the master of boxing. His technique is his thing. It's been moulded over a long amateur career. So don't try and, run a boxing clinic on Lomachenko, because you'll be made to look foolish. And the bookies know this, 1 to 25. There is the old adage in boxing that a good boxer beats a good puncher. And in terms of being a good boxer, there ain't many better around than Vasyl Lomachenko. There's a lot of hype is the wrong word, because it's deserved. He deserves all his credit. He deserves all the plaudits, Lomachenko. He deserves all the attention. But I do think that it's a little bit over the top. 1 to 25. No, it shouldn't be that far. They've gone too far with that. I would say just to make it interesting, I'm not going to endorse a 1 to 25 bet, even though Lomachenko is likely to win. It won't be included in any of my boxing accumulators. But I would say a controversial one. I would say look at the draw, 33 to 1, and look at the Sosa winners, what I like more, 10 to 1. Um, I'm just saying for interest. I'm not saying put proper money on it. Don't waste your time with 1 to 25. Sosa has a chance. It's not a big chance. It might be as low as 10%. It was slightly different with Walters because Walters had the reputation for being a KO merchant. You know, the puncher's chance was bigger with Walters. I think Walters, you could have got something like 8 to 1 at the time. And he got outclassed, got completely outclassed. It didn't matter for me. I had such a small amount on it. It was just an interest. But this one, I don't really want to call it a betting recommendation. I'm going to call it my betting interest bet. Vasyl Lomachenko, Jason Sosa. We know Lomachenko is likely to win. It's 90% to 95% probability that Lomachenko will put on a masterclass. But I do rate Sosa. He does operate at an elite level. If he produces a performance on a level he's never done before, fights out of his skin, you never know. This is the biggest fight of his life. He could raise his game. He has the hand speed. He has the skills. If he's done his preparation, if he's learnt from Salido, there's a tiny sliver of hope that Jason Sosa could make this an interesting fight. And I think at 10 to 1, he's worth laying half a unit on and enjoying the fight.